Hey guys, can you hear me? All right. I think you guys can are ready to start. So, but today we are not going to do some programming. We just get used to GitHub. So, the first thing I want you to do is, of course, I want you to go to the website called github.com, and then you will come over here and remember just GitHub, and I will give you put it in the chat box so you can go to the GitHub. And once you go to GitHub, you should be able to sign up. And if you already have the account, so you don't have to sign up, you just log in with your account. But in case you didn't, so you need to put the username, email, and password to sign up. Or you can, if you have Facebook, I don't think they use Facebook anymore. So you can just choose your username and then an email and password to sign up to GitHub. All right. So I assume you guys already have the GitHub installed. If you're not, please let me know and put it into the chat box so I can wait for you. Otherwise, I will just move forward. Okay. So like last week, I create a repository called C1, but definitely you can create a new one, right? So what I'm going to do, just create a new repository and click on the button on the right hand side. There's a plus, and you expand this icon and click on the new repository. What we are going to do today is just want to try out the GitHub page. So what is GitHub page? Let's just go to Google and ask GitHub page. So I choose GitHub page. There's a few thing here. So basically, GitHub page is like they allow you to put your website into the GitHub.io. That's what they do. And if you have time, you can come over here and go through all these steps, and which we are going to follow them. And I go back here and I scroll down a little bit. I will go to this URL called guys.github.com. So I click on here. At the meantime, I will just give you the URL in the chat box. Okay, so today we are just follow this tutorial. We are going to create one page, a web page, so that you can have your own website. All right, so that's easier, but I want everybody can know how to put your website without paying $1 a month. You don't need to pay anything, just put whatever you want to put it here. But of course, I trust you would always just put some beautiful and reasonable content online. So let's just go through this guideline. It's just saying get started with the GitHub page, and of course, and it's saying create your website. So once you sign in, you should be able to create a new repository. So we are going to choose new repository. And on the new repository, you need to give the repository a special name to generate your website. So what you need to do is just like you will do, let's say your website file will live in a repository named username.github.io. All right. So you see on this step, once you click on the new repository, and we will give a name called first your username, and then have the .github and .io. All right. So let's just do this. So yeah, after you sign up, I'm gonna click on here and go to have the new repository, and from here on here, and you are going to put the repository name. So what they want you to do here is like your website files will live in a repository name username github.io. So what I want you to do, just copy this one, okay, and you come over here and you paste on this repository name. And now you can change the username to your own username. Like what I have here is George Zhang. So just change George Zhang. And once you change, you should have a green green bar here and showing you your username.github.io is available. Right? So that's what I want you to do. So after you have this one, you can click on the create repository, or you can have the initial this repository with README. You can also check this box, and which is going to help you to just create a README in your repository. But what I want you to do, you should have the name like this. Okay, and please let me know you are already have go to this page and put this one the repository name with the username, your own username, not George Zhang, not my username, and then .github.io. All right. So once you're done, please let me know. And at the meantime, if you have any problem, I can turn on the Zoom and I can work with you, because today is more we are just know how to use GitHub and create a web page on the github.io. All right. Once you're done, please put it in the chat box. And yeah, obviously you might choose initial this repository with README. You can click on this box, which will help you to create a readme.md file in your repository. But you can create somehow later. But I click here and I will show you what does it mean for readme.md. Yeah, since everybody have been done, and I'm going to create my repository. So, and now you would have this one over here. And so far there's nothing, and I only have one called readme.md. And now you can just change a little bit by clicking the icon on your right hand side and here. Okay, you can click on this one, the edit button, like a pen, and you click on here. So you see there's some format here, and if you use a pen, it would give you like if you put a pen here and a space, and then you put something on here, it would be just like make your font size to be the header size, header 1 size, H1. But if you don't familiar with HTML, you might just thinking that would make your text really big. Like if you come over here, it would be like this size, okay? And you can do double pan, just like second line, and now you go click on the previous change. So it's a little bit small second line, okay? And now if you have 3 pan, now it's third line, and it would be smaller. And of course you can do some normal writing, like this is my first website, and now you click preview change, and here is even smaller. And I'm just going to remove everything and just have one pan key. It's saying George's website, okay? And now you can preview it, and then you see I will have George's website in here, okay? So yeah, that's what I want you to do to try it out for your readme.md, okay? If anyone just doesn't really know how to get to here, and I'm going to show you how to do that. You just go to the your GitHub site, and you click on the README, okay? And now you you click on the README your repository, and go to the pencil over on your right hand side. Just click the right hand side. Now you can go to this file and edit the file, and now you can do some change. Like here is George website, okay? And you can preview the change, and it just changed from this sentence to George's website. And here I'm going to commit the changes. And what is called commit changes? It's just like you did a change, and you want to put it back to the repository, and that's called commit the changes. So I am here just put it some description and saying change the README. Whatever message you can put it here. You just make sure you know what did you change, and leave some message, so somehow you can come back and see what did you change just before this commit changes. So I click on the green button at the bottom called commit changes. After I click on it, and you go back to the README, or you go back to your repository with the username .github.io, you should have the things just change on your readme.md. Like what I have here is George's website, okay? If you already changed this on this step, please let me know and put it into the chat box so I can move forward. Well, when you create this repository, if you forgot to click on the checkbox to create a readme.md, you can just go to your repository. There's something called create new file. You just create new file, and from here you type readme.md, and then you can create the new readme.md. Okay, but since I already have the readme.md here, so that's why I just put readme2.md, and I may just saying this is George second readme. All right, and if you want to know how to edit this readme file called .md file, which stands for Markdown, and you can Google GitHub Markdown probably cheat sheet, and now you have all the format over here, and they will tell you how to do the markdown. So like what I just demoed to you, if you have £1 and space, and you would have this font size. If you have £2 and space and H2, you will have this space. And so far, if you have put like up to £6, and you would have this size. All right, and also you can do the other format, but it's quite simple, not like the HTML. This markdown is much more easier than the HTML. Like for example, if you want to have the link, and you just do the space, and now you put a link in your with the parenthesis here, and it will create a link. Okay, so and if you want to have an image, and you can do like this way. So they are pretty easy, and you can just come over here and take a look if you forgot, and you just come over here, and now you can write it. So I am going to just demo to you how to use a link. Like for example here, I copy this one. You might don't need to copy it, and you can get it. You just need a bracket and hold some text, and now you use parenthesis, and it will hold the URL. Okay. Hey Jerry, if you put it in on the private, and we'll see it work or not. But if is not working, and you might just set it to the public. So I don't think it's a big problem. Jerry, yeah, if you just create an account, and I am going to show you one more time. Right? So what you need to do is just, after you create an account, on your right hand side, there's a big plus over here, and you choose new repository. Okay? And once you click on the new repository here, and it will pop up something like this. Okay, what you need to do is you just put a repository name, but the name is a little bit tricky, because you have to put the username, your username, like jerrylee.github.io. You have to be like exactly like jerrylee.github.io, but this one should be the username of your username. Okay, and if you are already done there, and you can just go to edit your of course, just edit your readme.md. So, but I create a new file here, and I'm going to show you how to put the URL here. So I'm just going to the Markdown chipsuit, and I also put the URL of the Markdown format in here. If you want to see how you are going to put some text on that README, and you can do it. Just scroll down and go all the way to the links. Now I copied it, and I go back to my my readme.md, and I paste here. Now you go to preview, so it will show you a link. I am an inline style link. So what I'm going to do is just like click here and replace the text between my bracket and saying welcome to my website. All right, so, and you go back to the preview. Now the text just changed to welcome to my website. Yep, sounds easier, right? And now after you have done that, and you just click commit new file, and you should have the readme.md. You click on your readme.md. Since what I did here is on my readme.m2.md, so I click here, and I will get something, a new link to Google. Welcome to my website. So when I can click on here and just go to my Google. And of course, you can put some image here, right? You can also do image. What you need to do, it would be the same thing. You just like you have the image file like this one, the URL of your image file, and now you put some what they call is logo text file, or you just some alternative text. If your image is not available, they will show this text on top of your image, on top of your image. All right, so you can just copy this part, and now you paste back to your README. Yeah, you don't need the README at all, but what the README do is usually when people come to your repository, and you will tell them what is for this repository. Okay, what is for this project, just for this project. So you don't even really need the readme.md. So, but I just want you to create a readme.md because it's good to have some introduction for this repository, so people come over here and know what you are going to do in this project. Okay, and now let's go to just the second step. And since we already have the create a new repository, you already set it up, and you have. And to begin setting up your site, you have to open the setting tab. Okay, so there's a setting tab on here. And after you click on the setting tab, if you scroll down on the setting page, you will see GitHub page session near the bottom. And click to choose a theme button to start the process to create your site. Okay. Once you click the button, you choose your theme, and you will see several themes in here. So, but we are going to go through all this step. I just let you know what we are going to do. And of course, you are going to like here, you are going to keep your readme.md, or here is index.md. they're going to put something here and commit the change like what we did. Okay, and now it's just going a lot over here. Okay, so let me just come over here and also let me see if I can just have the index.html and show you if we can do the web page or not. All right, so what they said is just go over to the setting, this button, and you click on here. Now you scroll all the way down, and there should be a section called GitHub page, and it's saying GitHub page is designed to host your personal organization or project page for GitHub from a GitHub repository, and your site is published on this URL. Like what I have is https://george.zhang.github.io. So I assume you also can find it on here. Let me just click on this one, and I'm going to right click and open the link on a new tab. So let's just open it. And what I have here is like this. It's just my README, right? Okay. But yeah, of course you would be have the custom domain if you are paying your domain, and you can put your domain here. But right now we don't have it, and that's why we just leave it like this. Okay. And what I want you to do, just go to the your own web page on here, and you should have a link and your username.github.io, and you should have the page over here. Okay, that's what I want you to do. Yeah, so you should have something like that in here. Okay, so I want you to scroll all the way up to the top and click on this link, and you go back to your repository over here, and this time we are going to create a new file. So let's just create a new file called index.html. Okay, you're going to create this one, index.html, right? And now we can use the index.html to show things. So I'm going to just try just to have the P for paragraph, or let's just do H1 and saying hello world. Okay, so I click preview, and doesn't really change that much because that is the h.html. So once you have done this, just H1 with the hello world. Now you scroll all the way down here and you put yeah, I think they default just have the index.html, and now you click on the green button called create new file, and you commit the change, and it will automatically go back to your repository, and there should be an index.html over here. All right, and I will go to my web website, and if you refresh, it should be show you the hello world. Okay. All right. So you create a new file called index.html, and you put some text, just h1 hello world. And now you go back after you commit the changes, and you will have the new file create in your repository called index.html. Now, if you go to your web page, like your username.github.io, you should have hello world. Okay. So once you are done, please just put your URL in the chat box, and I am going to take a look on your URL, your web page. Okay. And once you are already done this step, and I'm going to install my GitHub in my my PC, my Mac, and you probably have a PC. And now we will know how to upload the file, or you can upload the file through here, or you can use some software to push to this repository. But what I want you to do, just create a new file called index.html, and you are going to show me your web page, your username.github.io, and you send me, put it in the chat box so I can know if you can create your own website or not. Jerry, the code is pretty straightforward. You just put any text here. You don't even need to put anything like h1 or something. You just put hello world, whatever you want to put, and it will just show up on your website. And we are going to just want to test it, see if your web page is working or not. So let me just rephrase one more time for Jerry, because he missed some step. And what you need to do, you just go to, after you create the new repository, from here you click on the new repository, and you should have the repository with your username, not George Zhang. It should be your username. Okay, it will always show you your username in .github .io. You have to be .github.io. Username .github.io. Right? Once you create this one, and you come over here, and there's a button called Create New File. You click on the Create New File, and you type index.html. Now, on here, you just saying anything like p. Yep. Like a p. Hello, or my first website. How about just my first website? Now, after you have this one, and you go all the way down to commit new file. Just commit new file. You click on commit new file, and you should create a file called index.html on your report inside your repository. Like what I have here is index.html. Okay, and now you can go to your website. Where's your website? The URL is hiding in your settings. You click on the settings, you scroll all the way down slowly, but you will find something called GitHub pages. And there should be some green tab here is saying your site is published at https://your username.github.io. Now you can remember this. This is your website. Now you right click and open the link in the new tab. You right click and open the link in the new tab. Now you can go to this website, georgezhang.github.io. Now you have hello world because we just create. Okay. Now once you create, please just let me know this URL and put it into the chat box, just like what I have here. And I'm going to take a look on your URL and see what if you are done or not. Please let me know. At the meantime, I'm going to turn on my Zoom, and I guess you guys struggle on the creating your own website. So if you have any question, please join the Zoom so I can work with you. So because so far no one saying you're done. All right, so I am going to turn on my meeting. And that's my meeting ID. So once again, if you need my help, hello.
just want to let you know, I sent my URL onto the chat.
Oh, I think they block it. So
I sent it twice.
yeah.
Oh, I think I know why. It's because it has my name in it, right?
Oh.
Yeah, and so I think that means that it only tagged me. So like, alright.
So yeah, you probably just put it in the Zoom, so I can get it. So I think you two just try to protect you guys.
Bad, I accept here. I'll just copy and paste it real quick.
Uh-huh.
Here it is.
All right. Okay. Yep, that's good.
I actually have a question.
Yep, sure.
Yeah, what happens to the README when you have the index.html? Because it shows the index.html, but it doesn't show the README.
Oh, basically the readme.md is just like some menu for your repository. So you should always work on the index.html, and that's why we have the you would have the George, like your username github.io. So if I am going to create another .html, like create a new file, create a new file just like saying hello.html. Now I'm going to just p hello again. All right, so I am just commit my hello.html.
Sorry, could you share your screen?
Yeah, it will be a little bit delayed for you, but yeah, you just take a look on that, and I'm gonna click on the my website, and you're going to do /hello.html. So it will show that HTML. You got what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay. So make a new file for the HTML.
Yeah, but usually the people will just hit on your index file, right? They're not going to your some of the other HTML. But here we are just create that index file, and you can link the index file to the hello.html. But I'm gonna show you guys. And yeah, I think I can share my screen on Zoom, and you guys might just mute your YouTube. All right? Yeah. All right, guys. I'm going to show my screen on Zoom. So, and at the meantime, because the YouTube chat box just frozen, and so you can use the Zoom chat box. All right, and at the meantime, you can just unmute yourself. If you have any question, you can ask me right away. And are you guys able to unmute yourself? So. Yep, I think you guys can unmute yourself. So yeah, and let me see if then you already. Where's the chat box? Okay, let's see. I have Son and I have Ali. Aaron, John, are you looking at my website? Yes. Debugger 256. Yes. And Ali again. Hello world. Yes. So yeah, I think everyone is good. And now what we are going to do is just add a link. Like I just create a new another HTML, right? So you have index.html, and you also create another file. You go create a new .html file. Like for example, I create like about.html. So about.html, and now you have saying h1 about George, and now you set p. George is student. All right, just saying George is a student. And once you have done this, and you can commit the new file, go all the way down to the green button, click commit. Okay, now you have a new file called about.html. Okay, so now you can go back to index.html and you click on the index.html. You click on the button called edit this file, and you can add a link on your index.html. How are you going to add a link? You just have the a, now href equal and comma, and between that double quote, you just saying about.html. So now you have about, and close the anchor, something like this. All right, now once you click, and you should be, after you commit this one, you go back to your home page and you click on the about. It should go all the way to your about.html. You go what I'm saying? And where's Jordan? Hey Jordan, you can join the Zoom if you're not able to talk in the YouTube. So I'm gonna show you the code, and you just have the anchor, you have the about. So you click on the commit button. Now you should have the anchor called about in your home page. So I'm going to click on the commit changes. Now I go back to my home page and I refresh, and it doesn't show up. Why? It looks like it doesn't show up on my home page. So show What's wrong with my index.html? Let me just put something here to see. Oh, here you go. It just takes some time. It will show up like a little bit time to show the new change. So I think it will take a few minutes to upload the new change. And now if I click the about, it will go to your about.html. Okay. So let me rephrase what I did here. I just have to create a new file called about.html. I click on the create new file. Now you should type the file name called about.html. Of course, is as long as is .html is okay. And now you just type some text, whatever you want to put it in your about.html. And after you commit it, and your file should be here. And now you go back to your index.html. You put a link called anchor A. Now you have about.html as the target, the hyperlink to refer to the about.html you just create. Now you have about as the show the text, and now you would commit the change, and now you go back to your home page, and you should have the link on here, but sometimes it may be a little bit delayed because GitHub needs some time to publish your new change to your website, but it won't last too long, like probably about a few minutes. And now you can have the link. All right, so I think you guys are done. If you can still use the YouTube chat box. If you are already create a new file, please let me know. Or you can put it in the Zoom and I can see if you're done.
Hey.
Hello?
For some reason, my about me is not showing up as a link. It's just as text.
Yeah, I think it will take a few minutes to show up.
Okay.
Yeah. So eventually it will show up like for I also have the same problem. All right. Okay, so yeah. Now I'm going to install the GitHub. I guess you guys already have it installed. If you are not, you can just follow the step to install the GitHub in your PC. Okay. So what you need to do, just go to download the GitHub. Just GitHub download. And now you just go desktop.github.com. In here, the first one called GitHub Desktop. You click on the GitHub Desktop. It should show. It will show you the here is the download. So for Windows, you click on the Windows download. Oops. For me, it's Mac, so you are going to install it. So I'm going to install my GitHub. And after I download, it should be a zip file like this one, a zip file. You have to unzip it first. And after you unzip, it should have something like this, GitHub desktop with the icon of a cat. And I may just double click it. For you, you would do the same thing. And you're just saying some welcome to GitHub desktop. And you may just sign in the GitHub account because you already have it, right? And if you go to your GitHub and you authorize the desktop and my password, and now confirm it and open it. Now you can continue, and now you can just say finish, and you should be on this page. Okay, so I want you to install the GitHub, and we are going to clone repository from the internet to your local machine, and then we can use the Visual Studio Code to edit your repository. And after you finish, you can push it back to the website here, and of course it will show up on your homepage. And that's how we are going to do. And we are going to make a website with the Twitter Bootstrap. Okay, so yeah, what I want you to do is you're going to come over here. After you install your GitHub, you of course you can log in or sign in with the GitHub account you just created. And now you can go all the way to here, and we're going to choose the second option called clone repository, but I'm going to wait for you. And once you are getting here, please let me know. Okay. All right. So if you're done, and you can just choose clone the repository and choose the new repository like the username.github.io, and you can clone it to your local PC or Mac. You probably need to put it in the desktop or download or document, whatever you can remember, because you're going to open it with your Visual Studio Code. Okay. So I am Son Dan, Michael Dan, and I'm waiting for Jerry. Yeah, Son, if you're done with the clone, and you can just put like copy the code we are working on the last week, the same index.html. You put it into the index.html inside your Visual Studio Code, and then you should be able to commit and push to your repository, and then you will see the change on your homepage. All right, so Jerry is okay. So I'm not sure Jordan is here or not, and yeah, I'm going to just clone my repository. So I choose the second button, and of course you can just scroll down. I have too many here, but I can choose this one. So username.github.io. In the local path is you can choose, and I put it in the desktop because I can find it out easily from my desktop. But if for you should have your own way to organize your file system. But I choose desktop, and then I open. And GitHub, that is the one in the map, so no worry about this guy. And now I would have the username on my desktop and this folder. So once I click Chrome, I click on this blue button called Chrome. After you choose the desktop and you Chrome, so it will Chrome all the way to my desktop, and I'm going to show you on my desktop. Let's see, where's my desktop? So I'm going to show you my desktop. So I have a folder here, right, called george.github.io. So that's the project I just make from the Chrome from my repository. And now it's time to open your Visual Studio. You go to open your Visual Studio Code, and of course you should choose, go to File, Open, click Open, or you can just open the folder on here. They would be the same, and just click Open, Desktop, and choose the repository I just download, Chrome from the GitHub. And now I have all the file here, right? Okay, so you choose the index.html, and you can edit from here. Okay, you can change from here. So what I want you to do is, like, let's just add another h1 saying from my PC. Okay, just from my PC. And now you save. Just add whatever on the index.html file from my PC. Okay, now you go back to your GitHub, this GitHub guy, and it should show up something like this. Some change. It just remove the ABC and add from my PC. Okay, and here is going to click the commit button on the left bottom here. You click commit. All right, after you commit, there should be able to push there's a so once you commit, it's only commit in your local machine, and you have to push from your local commit to the server. And there are one more step, like in the website we only commit it. In the GitHub website we only click commit button, right? But if on the local, since we are working on your Visual Studio code, and that's why after we commit, and you need to push. So you just push and see it work or not. Now it is done, and I may go back to my my GitHub repository here. I click here and scroll all the way to my index.html, and now I have something called from my PC. Okay, you should have something called from my PC. And now you have the go to your home page. Maybe you need to wait for a few minutes, and it should show up on here from my PC. Okay, yeah, I think that's it for today, and hopefully you learn how to build your website and publish to the github.io. Okay, so it haven't show up yet, but probably wait for a few minutes, it will show up. And of course, what I want you to do is like I want you to use the Twitter Bootstrap and working on your own website. Okay, so from next week we are going to work on the your own project, and I want everybody will have your own web page online. Okay,
I have a question.
Yep, sure.
Yeah, so you showed us already how to put a link from the index.html to the about.html. Could you put a link inside of the about too? So then once you go into the about, it shows up another link, so it'll show up.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Favorite colors, and then click the favorite colors, it shows the colors or something.
Yeah. So yeah, basically it's just like this link, and it's about.html, which means it will point this link to the about.html, right? So in here you would do just hyperlink to this one. Okay, or you can do this one, and this one a slash, it would be just go back to the home page. Okay, go back to the home page, like home, or you can do dot slash forward slash, which means it will go to the same level of the folder, but it's called relative path, but I haven't covered that yet. So let's just do one slash, it will go back to the home. Okay, and now you can just save it and use the GitHub, and now you can commit it and push it to the website. Hey Jordan,
do we have to use the Studio Code?
No, you don't have to. It just for you just to understand, you can just do it directly from the from here, right? From the GitHub. There's no problem. You are just working on here, but after you put it to your local, and that's why we can use the Visual Studio Code to edit your file, because with the Visual Studio Code you probably can much more easier to maintain your code, just writing, and they have a lot of things like for example, I just have P. Now they automatically help you to type this part, so you don't have to type it all the time. And that's the advantage you are using the Visual Studio Code. All right. So yeah, what I want you to do, you just go back to the old project. Like I'm going to open a new window.
Like the index.html from last time.
And yeah, you don't have to, but you can just work on the new web page. That's what I want you to do. So next week, I want you to create your own web page. It should be looking really good. That's what I want you to do. So for example, I go back to this index.html, and I may just Control C, and now go back to your page one, your index.html in the your home page. Now you select all and then copy everything over here. Now you save it. Now you go back to the GitHub, and now you should have this one, and now you should put some summary here, because we changed a lot, and they just saying change home page. Whatever things you can put it here. You just put ABC, and now once you commit, and now you can do push origin. And it should be show up on your repository on here. Now everything is here. Okay. And then you would wait for a few minutes, and your obviously your code will show up on your home page. But we're going to design a new one just for yourself. In next week, we are going to work with most likely you will work by yourself. And if you have any question, and I just support you. Okay. And I think that's it for today. All right.
Okay, thank you.
Any question? Anything you want to ask? So, but this week you guys just keep changing your repository and see how it works. It's pretty straightforward, right? But the good thing is they give you a repository, a website for free. Yeah, that's the good thing.
Very good.
So yeah, that's last week project we are working on, right? Just something just coming up and go. So, but remember, next week you are you probably need to think about your own website, and with the Twitter Bootstrap. So we want you to take the advantage of the Twitter Bootstrap, so you can build a professional web page. Right? And of course, you might want some effect, and I'm gonna help you out. But everyone might have different idea. So I think yeah, we will be there. Once you have any question, I will try to answer you. All right. So I think that's it for today. If you have any question, please send me an email, and also see you next week.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
See ya.
Thanks. See you next week.
See you.
Mm,